Who posted it?
We're recording. We're live. We're live. It's the controversial Best and Swoop show, and I'm here today with my two co-hosts, the boisterous and mature, and today the referee, Best, and then the controversial and beautiful always Christine. Christine, the only one here that's not in the Halloween spirit. At least me and Best dressed up, and then we're gonna get into our guests in a minute. But yeah, we here. So how you guys feeling right now? How was your guys' weekend?
Man, don't even get me started, bro. Listen, Halloween's will be fun. Nah, let me not even say what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something crazy. I'm like, whoa. Matter of fact, it's best. This is best we talk about. Y'all know what I say. Yo, the bitch was looking good yesterday.
God damn, man. Just started the show. You got to the B word.
My fault. Yo, the film was looking good last night. I was horny as fuck. I'm just not go to Pound Town.
Okay. Christine, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good. I dressed up as a bunny, R.I.P. Hugh Hess. And, you know what I'm saying, it's Mother Mo tomorrow for all the parents. You know what I'm saying, we had our time. So, period.
I feel it. So we here today. We are this is one of our exclusive interviews. We have a guest on here, a fashion stylist, artist, media influencer, also one of the stars on WeTV's Super Size Salon, Mz.007.
Yeah.
Mz.
Yeah. What up?
What's going on? She was supposed to be in the studio, but some stuff happened, so she's virtually with us today. But
we can talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's get to it.
So, I do custom intimates, couture pieces, bras, corsets. Right now, I'm working on a celebrity piece a piece for one of my celebrity clients. It's like one of my most challenging pieces, and I've been stressed out about it a little bit. But yesterday, I used this little like mini iron that's got a rod on it, and I bent over to pick something up, and the iron fell on my face. So like my left cheek is like burned. I look like somebody.
I'll try to figure out why you had the camera up. Now, I hope you recovered though. That's just something crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna try to still make it. Like I was looking for a mask. I was gonna really try to make it. Like you know, my own shit.
I was about to say, I put yourself in the mask.
I really got discouraged. I was gonna be a St. Lunatic with all the little baseball marks on my face, on my STL fitted cap. It just was not working.
Yeah, I understand how that is sometimes. I had my neck got stuck one time a certain way. I kind of looked to my left, and I felt mad crazy. So it just is what it is. But Christine, Best, any questions? I'm opening the floor first. If you got anything y'all want to ask, I guess.
So I know originally you're from St. Louis. Just talk about life growing up in St. Louis for you.
Ooh, life growing up in St. Louis. St. Louis is crazy. I'm actually from St. Louis. A lot of people distinguish St. Louis from Ferguson or like Nelly and the St. Lunatics or whatever. But I was born and raised in Ferguson, which is a small jurisdiction in the middle of St. Louis, North County. And it started off actually normal, like maybe some TV shit. Like we was like the only black family in the neighborhood.
Word.
Yeah, like my parents, my dad had a good government job, and we kind of moved up from where they were from, which was in some of the more rougher parts of the city of St. Louis. And all my neighbors were white, and we was the only black family in the neighborhood. And it was cool, but as we progressed and I got older, by middle school, it was just everybody was black. The entire neighborhood, the entire schools. That's just what it was. And by the time I got to high school, that's when things were just really rough in the area.
Not to cut you off, I got a quick question. You just mentioned growing up and like everybody was white. Was that kind of hard for you, where people pick on you? Did you feel left out? Like, how was that for your childhood, for your mental? You know, certain stuff plays a part of how you grow up.
Actually, no. I come from a unique family, so like I didn't even go to public school in those years. I was going to our church school, the church I grew up, both my parents ministers. So I was going to the church school where everybody was black. Just my neighbors was white. So, and I ain't really like hang out with them much in my neighbors until I got like, middle school or like 5th, 6th grade, things like that. So it didn't really hit me till later, honestly, because I woke up one day and my neighbors was gone.
That's different.
Like, it was like all the white folks just up and left the whole community and just went somewhere else.
I believe the term is called white flight. When people of color move into a neighborhood, white people start moving away slowly but surely.
Yeah, and this seemed more abrupt. And I did a little history on St. Louis, and it's probably at the platform to kind of go into that, but I did a little history check on why in certain different counties in St. Louis and where they went. But at the time, they had started building an area called Spanish Lake, and that's where they all went. And it was just a little more uppity, still not too far from where we were, things like that. But now they done migrated again. Like, it keep happening. But that's another story. But it didn't affect me, to answer your question, in a negative manner. I just, like I said, looked up and everybody I knew from birth was gone. All the white folks was gone.
So I got a question. You start at music. When did the influence of music come about for you?
Music really always been a part of my life. Like, my brother is a musician, songwriter, producer. So I've been waking up to the sound of a trumpet since birth. My brother has been my start of the influence of music for me. And then as I grew up singing in church with my dad, things like that. And that's just what it was. I was actually a gospel singer, writing gospel music. And I don't know, I just got older and I was in a different crowd and kind of chose my life at a certain age and what I wanted to do and who I was going to be around. And it wasn't in the church. So it just happened for me one day. Actually, when I was 16, getting ready to graduate from high school at 17, I had went to go visit my brother in Jersey. Now, he had been gone for a while, but he lived in New Jersey. And at that time, he was still a music teacher doing jazz, and he was also producing. And his first record he had gotten huge recognition for was Swiss Beats Money in the Bank. You remember that song? Yeah. So my brother actually wrote, produced, and that's still him on that hook, just with his voice chopped and screwed.
That's fine.
That's a good song. That's a classic, low key, because I think as a kid,
it's a lot of placements for sure.
Yeah. And that was one of Swiss Beats' biggest records. Like, my brother still get royalties to this day for that record. So when that song blew up, a lot of other things happened for him, and I went to Jersey to visit him and recorded my first song. And it was a gospel song, and it was trash. When I tell you it was trash, my brother looked at me and was like, "Look, And at this time, I had auditioned for American Idol. I just knew I was going to be the next Whitney Houston. Like, being an ambitious star has always been in me since birth, but I just knew I was going to be the next Whitney Houston, singing gospel, preacher's wife, all that shit, right? He looked me square in my face and was like, yo, I think you're very talented, and I think you do got a place in music, but I don't think singing is where it needs to be. And then I went and auditioned for American Idol, and at this time, Fantasia had just won. This was the episode after Fantasia, the season after Fantasia. And they kind of told me the same thing, like, you got a good gospel voice, but I don't think, Fantasia,
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I just kind of quit singing and started throwing parties and being a party promoter in St. Louis, throwing the biggest parties in the city. And somebody kind of just, I ain't gonna lie, I was messing with this dude. Everybody knew my brother was a producer. And they would always shoot me music, like, send it to your brother, da, 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 da. And I was messing with this dude, and he just was like always sending me music. And one day he came over, and I started freestyling to the beat he was playing. And he was like, man, you ain't no rapper. And I was like, I mean, shit, I could. Like, honestly. And so he was like, write a verse. So I wrote the verse. The verse was so hard. I went and performed the verse in the club to a random beat, and the crowd went crazy. And I knew at that moment this is what I wanted to spell.
All right, you just mentioned like people saying like, okay, like how can I say, like they were saying you wasn't good at gospel singing, right? And you jumped back into hip hop.
She was good at gospel singing, bro. They said,
I mean, she was good at gospel singing, but
she was in a box. She was in a box as a vocalist, basically.
Yeah. So basically, like what I'm trying to say, like when you jump back into the rapping and stuff like that, you start calling yourself Beyonce of hip hop, right?
Yeah, I did.
Right. How did people take that? You know, people like are quick to judge. Oh, you're not this. You're not that. How are people taking that?
I honestly, I'm gonna be raw with you. I don't think many people pay that much attention to it. Like people cared about me calling myself the fat people's champ than the Beyonce of hip hop.
Okay.
They reacted more to that. I think they just thought that was cute.
Okay.
For sure. So how was that change going from the religious based kind of stuff, music and all of that, personally, professionally, even if in your family and stuff, to going to like a more secular sound when you're going into your hip hop and things of that nature?
Well, if you go listen to like some of my earlier music, like I really, really tried to not do the cursing thing. You know, be real conscious or like cautious, not really conscious, but cautious with my words. And it really wasn't working. And then, I mean, it was on a local level. Let me say that. It was working on a local level. But then by the time my brother had moved to, also, I keep mentioning him because he's my manager, he's my producer, he's my brother, he's my bro manager, that's what I call him. Mm-hmm. He had left Jersey and moved to LA and had started doing things he did his other biggest record was Jason Derulo, Will You Marry Me? Like my brother wrote that in its entirety.
Okay.
And Jason Derulo sung it and got Grammy nominated. But he just progressed in his field, so I moved to LA too. And when I got to LA, he was like, look, your competition is Nicki Minaj right now. And unless you want to be a gospel rapper, he was like, you might as well quit unless you want to be a gospel rapper, and they ain't making no money. And I was like, okay. He was like, so you need to put in your pocket what dad gonna say, what mom gonna say. They gonna love you regardless. Just say whatever you want to say and let that be that. And so the first record we put out together was important, and the rest was kind of history after that.
Absolutely.
But I got a lot of work out there that people don't even know about, though. But we can get into that.
Absolutely. So, go ahead.
I wanted to piggyback off of that because I looked into your music, and you start like from YouTube's point of view. You started from around like 12 years ago, at least putting it out on YouTube, and around that time, it's like plus size women had it really, really hard. They weren't like really promoted as much in fashion. I know you're into fashion and music. So with that, how did you gain that confidence of being basically like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to embrace me, and hopefully I can embrace other women, especially since, you know, out in the public like that.
I'm glad you asked that. That's actually a great question because that's kind of like what I represent. Like a lot of people kind of like to compare me to Lizzo, but in all actuality, I was doing this first. And I went viral doing this first. Like, you were right. It was not accepted. It was not glorified. It was not talked about. It was not seen. And as far as gaining my confidence, I kind of always been this way. Like, despite even in like my earlier years in middle school and high school, when I would get bullied, like I've had those moments where I've went through severe depression and suicide attempts because people talked about me. But through those experiences by high school, I had already gained the confidence of this is me, this is who I am. So when I jumped into rapping and then moved to LA, all I knew is that I needed to look a certain type of way and I already felt sexy to myself no matter what I weighed. I just had to figure out the look. And I had got it a little bit, but when I did Important, I kind of showed it in another light that had not been seen. Like, nobody had never seen a big girl in a corset dancing around with her boobs out, looking cute, like actually cute though. Like, nobody had really seen that. And so to be like the first person to represent that, getting 11 million views, getting a Southwest Airlines commercial, completely shutting Facebook down 3 years in a row, that was real major for me. So I think, to kind of go back to your question, the things that I went through in my younger years allowed me to be able to gain the confidence to do what I do now.
May I ask you, like, what was some advice you would give to like younger people that like consider some bigger size females to build their confidence up? Because a lot of times you hear bigger girls, they're not as confident as you are. Like, they're kind of afraid to share their body. What advice would you give them like that built your confidence up?
I would mostly say just like block out all the noise and all the things that you think people are gonna say, because if you put yourself together and you think you look good, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna walk outside and get some compliments. And once you get them compliments, you hot shit. Like, and that goes for anybody. It really is not even about a size thing, because I know girls that are thin that have way less confidence than me, or a lot of big girls that I know. So it's just like basically an inside thing. It's not really an outside thing. Like, you have to be able to mentally train yourself to basically just say fuck the outside noise, because people gonna say what they want to say. They talk about Jesus. They talk about everybody. Like, so you just have to be able to learn that tough skin technique and just do you, like, period.
So how do you deal with situations? Say, people gonna comment under your statuses, they're gonna comment under your video, they're gonna say all types of nasty stuff. How do you take that, like, and not let that affect you?
I actually laugh at it, like, man, it's not a fat joke I ain't heard. I promise you, it's not. It's not. It's like it, and the shit get old, so it'd be like, if you take away my weight, like, what else can you say about me? It's not really much people can really say about me. Like, I'm in my bag. Like, I'm successful. I'm always creating. I'm humble. I'm sweet. I'm cute. Like, I'm not.
Nah, I do remember you saying that I do remember you saying that when your song. You said, "Yeah, y'all can call me fat, but I'm not ugly." Like
yeah, it's about that's the beginning of Important. So, because you definitely want to talk about Size Salon. I actually was just watching the first season the other day just to catch up to ask some questions off of that. But Important. You said that was the first song you created with your brother when he moved to LA.
Yeah.
Take us through that.
He produced all my other music prior to that, but like that was our first single together.
Yeah. Take us through that. Take us through what changes that occurred, the process of actually making it, and even like what was your faith like in it when you first made it?
So Important was cool. We just sat down and like mostly that's how we write too. Like we sit down and just have a conversation, and our conversation turned into a song. So he kind of just asked me, like when you and your girls in the club, and I'll never forget this, but he was like, when you and your girls in the club, like how y'all want to feel? Like what like if other girls with their friends in the club, how you want them to feel? What you want them to be feeling? And I was like, shit. The first thing I said was Important, VIP, popping bottles. Like, that's how you want to feel. That's what, so he had left and was like, yeah, so just write a verse to this beat or whatever, blah, blah. I wrote the verse. He came back. He was like, I think I got a hook. And he just kept repeating, I'm important, bitch, I'm important. I'm important, bitch, I'm important. I'm like, man, this is whack, bro. Like, I can't just keep repeating that. Like, he was like, no, say it. Just keep saying it because eventually it becomes chanting. And sure shit stink. Like, even when I perform now, like, by the time the song's over, everybody's screaming, I'm important, bitch, I'm important. And they feel it, And so it worked.
You just said your brother mentioned like what type of music you guys like to listen to club. And recently, Erica Banks went viral for saying like girls gotta have a certain look, like you gotta have a certain look to hang around her in the club. Like, what's your thoughts on that comment, on Erica Banks' comments, as far as like girls gotta look a certain way to hang around her in the club?
Erica Banks said that dumbass shit.
Yeah. You don't remember she had went viral?
I mean, look, people who are like that have a very low self-esteem about themselves. I'm gonna just say that because I don't give a fuck what sis look like standing next to me. Like, I really, really don't. Like, they don't. What the next person look like don't got nothing to do with me. Now, I've been in some situations where some people look sketchy, like on some they finna rob me or something, and I'll be like, "Yo, get bro out of here,
Right.
get sis out of here."
Right.
You know, but other than like, oh, you gotta be completely glammed, you gotta be. It's like everybody had a day. Like, and some people are just simple people. They not coming out with the grilling and diamonds dripping. Like, that's not everybody. So yeah, I think that's very ignorant statement, and I think it just kind of shows how she feels about herself, because a lot of them people just be snobby anyway. Like, who wants to be standing next to the snobby bitch? Like, I'm here to uplift people. I'm about girl power. I'm about bringing people together. So when I see dialogue or hear dialogue like that, I know them type of people ain't for me.
Absolutely. It's weird. It's weirdo activity. Like, what does somebody else got going on got to do with me if I'm in here doing what I got to do?
Because you really don't even know how you can help the next person. And then by me being a stylist, if I see somebody that's not what even I or what, you know, if I just see something that could be better, I might help sis out. Like, I might be like, sis, let me tie this up for you and push this to the side and put a pin in your hair for you. You know, oh, there you go. Like, I'm going to help her build her confidence to feel good about herself. I'm not finna be like, she got on some cheap Payless shoes, get her away from me. That's way.
That's why.
All supposed behavior. All that other stuff is funny.
I also wanted to ask, so I know that you're like a real busy woman. You have, you know, your foot in a lot of things, your hands in a lot of things. So for somebody who's in a similar position as you or wants to be a busy woman one day, what type of partner do you think matches somebody like you?
So you jump into the dating questions early.
Yo, bro, I wish I could tell you. Shit.
Hey, Best said when we booked you, he loved the BBW. So if you want to go with Best, he was on it.
But do they have to be like
BBW Slayer?
You know, would that person have to be just as busy, or do you think like that person shouldn't have as much going on? Like,
I'm gonna just tell you what I need.
mm-hmm.
What I need is an individual who believes in me as much as I believe in myself. So I need them to be like in my ass when they see me slack. I need them to be supportive of me when I'm out doing my thing. I need them to be my peace when I'm not working and we just at the crib chilling, or even come with ideas to help push me up to the next level. Anybody that I'm dealing with has to be able to and capable of adding to me, not taking from me. And that even means energy. It ain't even got to be a monetary thing. Like, I am on a hunt. Like, it's weird to even ask me this, but I'm on a hunt for something that probably does not exist, but I feel like can be created between two like-minded individuals. But that's just what I particularly need for my life, for myself. Like, I actually do. I'm human, so I do get into depressed states and be slacking in certain areas where I could be doing more, because I do at times have a lot of downtime. Like, even though I'm an entrepreneur and I got this TV show, when we ain't taping, I'm either, or like, for instance, even with the salon, we moved locations. So for a few months, I haven't had nowhere to go. I don't know that many people in Vegas. I'm just here. You know what I mean? So I'll move around. If I ain't got no bookings, I'm either in the crib creating or on the go.
Okay.
But if I had a significant other, I would not, like, I don't think I would have time to slack, because I would be expecting him or her or them to be in my ass.
Mm-hmm.
But strangely, I will say this: like I did what I think might be some dumb shit the other day. I kind of got engaged, but really didn't.
What's on? What's going on here?
Hey, what you mean? Kind of. Either you did.
You didn't. What's
so that man feeling? Just you trying to be a city girl for real, for real.
No, but see, this is the weirdest shit ever. Like, I got this friend. I got a few friends, but this one particular friend who I've known since I was 13 years old. We've been knowing each other at least over 20 years. Like, and never lost contact. Mama know me, love me. Sisters know me, love me. Like, whole family, like, everybody is involved and know each other all these years. And we had a simple conversation about having a baby. Neither one of us have children, have kids. And how hard it is dating and finding new people that just genuinely know what the fuck they want in life. And so, long story short, the man was like, fuck it, will you marry me? And I was like, is you for real? And he was like, yeah, I'm dead ass. I'm tired. I'm going to have a baby. I don't want to be no baby daddy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah. He was like, well, if you post that shit on Facebook, then I know it's real. Like, so I posted this shit on Facebook, and it got like 1,000 comments and views. And then I talked to him in 2 days. So I don't know.
Oh shit! Yo,
you try to reach out or nothing?
This was 5 days ago, but we were communicating for like 3 days, and then these past 2 days have been real sketchy. And I'm like, wait, bro, I don't think you know. Huh?
Yeah, y'all didn't get to no argument. Just stop talking to each other.
No, he could text me yesterday out the blue and was like, how you doing? How you feeling? You know.
That's nuts.
I was like, I'm good.
Best, let her finish. Let her finish. Best, let her finish.
And then he was like, had something going on with him, and I was like, well, are you okay? And I never heard back from him. So today, I still never heard from him. But I've been calling for like 2 days and getting no answer, then getting text later on in the day. And I know he worked, but also he lives in St. Louis, and I'm in Vegas. So it's just like, did we really say we was gonna do this because we know each other so long? And we just like, but do you not know how real I was? Like, I might just be overthinking right now. Maybe the nigga slept all day and got up for work. But to me, it's like you got up, woke up, went to work, and drove all the way to work, and they text me, call me. Nothing like that's weird to me. Like, so maybe he's scared to say I overstepped my boundaries. I spoke too soon. I might not be ready to do this, and he don't know how to say that shit to me. But he don't know that I'm so different. I'd rather you say that shit to me than say nothing to me.
Yeah. Getting cold.
Like he probably waiting on me to cuss him out, so I could be the reason that it don't work. But he don't even know I'm never gonna cuss him out.
He gonna see this interview like, okay.
Listen, so basically right now, fellas out there, if you're looking, Mz.007 is engaged, but she's still taking prospects. She's still taking prospects. That's all we need to know. Listen, it's like, but honestly, that conversation that you had is, I think a lot of us that are in that age group are starting to have it, because it's not, dating is weird from compared to how it was when we was growing up watching the adults do it. It's just so much. It's like, I'd rather just get with somebody, the devil I know, and all of this stuff, because I already know what to expect here, rather than trying to keep trying over and over with different people.
Right. But even what he doing is weird to me, because it's like, bro, like, we've been knowing each other so long, you should feel comfortable enough to say whatever you need to say to me. And I don't know if he feel like he don't want to disappoint me because I am who I am. And we got the history we got. But to know me is to know, bro, just say that shit. Like,
no communication. Communication is better than no communication, because now we all lost. You got to communicate. At least y'all get on the same page.
And if I'm with you guys, if I'm confused, I'm cheating. So don't confuse me. I'm out here cheating. You confuse me.
Yeah.
If I don't know what's going on, then we ain't together. That's all I'm saying. I'd rather you put it out there now. I'm cheating if you confuse me.
Man, I don't want to be confused.
Super Size Salon. I don't know if Bess and Christine got to really watch it yet. I'm on like episode 5. I got 2 more episodes yet left before the season finale.
I'll watch a little bit of it.
How did you get into that? Because I know you and Jamie are really good friends. How did you? Yep, that's good.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying, how did you get into the show? I know you said you're not from Vegas. I'm pretty sure the show was also what helped get you here along with your music career. So, what was that process like?
So, just so you know, before I moved to Vegas, I moved to LA for 8 years. And in that 8 years, I started my business, Big Intimates. Big Intimates is a custom luxury couture intimates business. And basically, she had saw I was doing my thing. And she was like, every salon in the world says that, most salons in the world say that they're full service, but nobody really does custom wardrobe. I want you to come be a part of my salon and put Big Intimates inside my salon, basically like a collaboration. And I was like, all right, cool. So shortly after that, she was like, yo, I got an opportunity for this TV show. I want you to come be on the show and be the stylist in the salon. And I was like, cool, let's do it. And we actually got this opportunity in 2018, but and Lifetime had bought it, but then they didn't want it anymore. We did another pilot, and then WeTV bought it, and then COVID happened. So it held us up all this time, and then we weren't able to tape until the end of 21. And that's pretty much how I got on the show, because Jamie hit me just like everybody else. She kind of met everybody, but me and Jamie actually met a couple years prior. She had booked me to perform at her club. She used to have a BBW club out here in Vegas prior to COVID, and she had booked me to perform important at her club, and that's how we actually met. And ever since then, we just like, hey, boom, come on.
Hey, okay, that's what's up. That's dope.
How would you say life? Oh, my bad. How would you say life as a reality star has been? Because a lot of times you hear once you become like a reality TV star, your music career kind of get pushed away. Like people start to know you from your TV personality more than your music personality, and that's what they focus on. Like you do the biggest thing, but they always gonna put that reality TV thing like on you. Even like with certain rappers, even with certain like people on reality TV, it's like you're broke if you go on reality TV to like the world. I don't know why, but that's the stereotype.
I've heard that before. I don't know if I can agree that you broke, because I mean, shit, Cardi B was on one season of Love and Hip Hop, and that's what flourished her music career. So I'm kind of hoping that same situation would happen to me. It's been a little slower, but I also think that's because we're a new team of people being introduced to the world. A lot of people on these newer reality shows are already known entities. I mean, I think I have the biggest platform out of all the other girls because of Important, but Important was a while ago, but that never stopped me. Like I've still been making damn near, like last year I had $100,000 a year in syncs and licensing, so I have been playing the background on music and getting my music synced up to different TV shows, commercials, movies, and things like that. And I kind of been doing it that way on the music end and making more money than I ever made in the forefront on music. But as far as the TV show, I think the TV show, like you said, it will have, I feel like it's going to be an even balance. Like it hasn't affected or really helped in either capacity, because again, like our show is so new. We had only 7 episodes, which is rare. It was like a short season. And I don't think that we all the way out there yet. Like a lot of people heard about us, a lot of people seen it, but I don't think it's blown up to the capacity of where I could say it affected my music or helped my music or either way.
Absolutely, and it's a newest show to the network because they have Growing Up Hip Hop over there, the Tammy and Walker show is over there, and all of these other shows. So,
oh yeah, Brad and Judy is over there.
Exactly.
Mama June was actually a big show, believe it or not. But I think WeTV, and this is just me speaking, I don't even know if this is factual. I think WeTV is going more to a black audience.
Yeah.
Because they're sistered up with All Black, which is an all black TV app. So I think they're working on how to market us.
Absolutely, that makes sense.
Now go ahead, Swoops.
I was gonna say, so a lot, and All Black does a great job because we know a lot is going on with reality TV right now. Because there's so many networks, but WeTV, also VH1, and we have Zeus Network and all those other networks as well. And it's just different to see. Well, it's different to see what you guys are doing here at Size Salon because it does get catty. Because I'm going to ask you some of the catty questions a little bit later. But
okay.
You guys it's a lot more positivity in your show compared to like the Baddies of Las Vegas, which is another show. Like it's much more different and it's much more, I would say, a little bit more professionally done, but it's also because you guys are with a big network.
Yeah, and I love Natalie Nunn, but I would be depressed every day if I had to fight a bitch every day just to prove my love.
They gotta do that for ratings though. You feel me? Like
they have great ratings, but it's on the good ratings on their network, but you gotta understand they're on a smaller network. Well, with Size Salon, they're on a national station or network.
Cable television.
So it comes on every week at a certain time. So that it's a little different. I was gonna ask you, what's going on with you and A-Love, man? Because I can't tell on the show. Like sometimes y'all love each other, but other times it's just cattiness. What's going on, man?
I'm gonna keep it funky with you. Me and A-Love met, and when me and A-Love met, we had a ball. It was one day of just, we kicked it hard. Actually, maybe 2 days, like a couple of days, we kicked it hard because we were taken for the pilot or whatever. But what I think A-Love didn't recognize about me when she met me is that I'm real quiet and reserved until I'm comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm comfortable, then I could act ass. But until then, I'm really like quiet and reserved to the point of being real observant, paying attention to everybody and everything. I'm not the turn up queen. That's not who I am or what I do. But when I'm challenged or disrespected or whatever, I'm gonna defend myself because that's what I've always had to do. So that's just a part of who I am.
Absolutely.
A-Love and I'ma just say are no longer friends. I don't think I've ever said that. But I don't even think she even know that. And she probably know by now because we talk. But I just can't deal with something or someone who will be one way in front of me, but then when other people are around, they're another way.
Yeah.
That's fake to me.
right.
And I also really respect people in general, especially someone I'm calling my sis or my friend. I respect you enough to value your thoughts, your feelings, and your opinions, regardless of whether or not I agree with them. I would never laugh behind your back or make a mockery of you because you think differently than me. And that has happened to me on too many occasions. Also, I can't deal with someone who doesn't really listen. They just kind of hear what parts they want to hear and then go relate it to other people and create narratives of me that are just flawed and just not real or true. Like, I could tell you a story and you only heard one part of the story and then you make up the rest and go tell other people that believe you.
Yeah.
Try to play.
I don't. Not even a victim thing, more or less like, you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Not really a victim thing. It's more or less like, to me, you have to care enough to really hear somebody out and what they saying to you. If you don't care, you're going to hear what you want to hear and run with it. And it gives a lot of narcissism and manipulation and things of that nature where I might express something to you openly that may have hurt me, and then you'll make it seem like, oh, it's cool, I don't want you to think or feel that way, or it is what it is, I still love you. But then you go have other conversations with other people and you laugh at the cost of me and my feelings and my thoughts and my beliefs about certain things. Like we didn't just discuss this and squash this between us. Like to me, it's just super fake and artificial, and I cannot deal with people like that.
I understand where you come from.
Absolutely.
Because I'm really sensitive, and I'm a Pisces, and I'm super sensitive. I'm a Pisces born under a Gemini moon with a Scorpio rising. I am extremely sensitive.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm a Scorpio rising as well. So, hey.
So is you got to be real delicate with me, and to her, she feels like that's baby in me, and to people who love me, it's really a respect thing. Like, if you respect me, I respect you. If I know how you are and I know things trigger you, I'm going to avoid those things. I can't deal with nobody who just don't give a fuck and how they are is how they are.
Understandable, and that makes sense. On the more positive side, what were some of your favorite things to do from some of your favorite taping sessions or episodes that you did in that first season? Because I'm sure you watched it, and seeing yourself on television versus actually taping it made it look different to you as well.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My father had just passed 3 months prior to this happening.
Yep.
And I didn't want to be there on no day. So, and I almost fucked up my whole opportunity of being on the show. Like, my brother had to literally come here to get me off the bed and make me go the day before. Because I wasn't going to go. Like, he was like yelling at me, you want me to just call him and tell him you ain't doing it? You tapping out, you going to breach your contract, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck, I got to be. So I was really not happy on no day. And didn't want to be there. But if I had to pick some moments that were happy moments, being outside with Jamie, her getting in the car for the first time, driving her to the salon, that was surreal because I was really there with her for 2 years. She was in the house bedbound. I'm the reason she went to the hospital and got her medical condition figured out. She had heart failure and all of that. Like, I have been there on the road with her, so to watch her lose all this weight and be up walking and getting in a car, and I'm taking her anywhere, was surreal and just emotional for me. And again, when we were on Fremont Street on the school, and I don't know if you've seen that episode yet, but
I've seen the trailer, and that's funny because I don't live too far from Fremont Street. It's just funny just seeing it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. Like, that actually was my idea. And I'm glad they let us do it because Jamie she has never experienced anything like that. That was her first time ever on Fremont. She lived for 6-7 years.
That's crazy.
Also, yeah, it was just seeing her be able to do things that normal people do, was really exciting. Like, those were the highlight moments for me.
Absolutely.
And one last one that I would say is I have recently just started my business. So seeing my business set up somewhere, because I've been hustling out the trunk. Like, I'll pull up and vendor an event, or I'll pull up somewhere and pop the trunk. Living in LA, that's easy. I can pull up at the party, pop the trunk, and sell $200 worth of lingerie out my trunk.
That's fine. For real.
And that's kind of what I've been doing. But to see my setup in her salon, like in a brick and mortar, it was like very real to me at that moment that I really had started this business. My dad was my business partner, so it was just really emotional because he wasn't here to actually like physically see it. And my mom came and she got to see it, and that was just really like, it gave me a lot of juice that made me feel like this shit really happened. I really did it. Like, so.
Absolutely. My condolences about your fault because I did have that there. I wasn't sure when to ask that question because I knew you were close. And it was a blessing actually it was dope to see how all of you had your station set up in the salon on the show and things of that nature.
It was definitely a blessing.
Best Christine, anything you want to add?
No, that's fire. That's a blessing.
Yeah. What else? What I was going to ask you about? So, yeah. What else? What's some things that have we got to probably say day in life? The chairs. How are those chairs in the salon actually? Because that episode really had me like going. It's like, all right, how y'all gonna get them big ass chairs into the salon door?
So what nobody knows is we actually, and I kind of thought I was going to get in trouble for releasing this information, but the salon had another location. And so at the last minute, something fell through with the location, and we had to abruptly move to the location that you saw on TV.
Yeah.
The chairs were measured for the first location, but not the second location.
Okay.
Because at that point, they had already been ordered. It was too late. The first location had a double door, so it was good. The second location didn't, so it was like, okay, we got to wing it. And whatever everybody said in that moment, because that's when the thought came. Because nobody had thought about it until it was time for the chairs. Actually, the chairs got delivered. And I was like, dang, Jamie, you forgot. And so whatever everybody said in that moment was probably the most winged moment of the whole show. We really winged that shit because it wasn't an intentional thing. Like, Jamie is not unprofessional in that manner. She's not sloppy like that. She's very professional and has opened, this is her 5th salon. And she's been doing this for 10 years. So she definitely did what she was supposed to do. But in that moment, it was like, well, did anybody measure the chairs? And she was like, I guess not. Like, it was like, she said it wasn't popping her head. That was just what it was. So,
that was a dope episode, seeing that. The DeMarco guy, I don't know what's going on with how the season ends with him. Well, I know you guys were definitely not feeling him too much, and he brought the chairs back, and it was wobbly, and I'm like, damn, he fucked that up.
Yeah. He fixed it later. They got fixed. It wasn't wobbling no more, but it's all good. Yeah, he got him in. He shaved the chairs down with some help of a couple of his friends. I feel like the legs could have been took off, but it was a lot of that scene that got cut out. Like, Ayla's boyfriend really worked on trying to get that chair in there for like 2.5 hours. My brother was just watching. He had just tapped out long before. It was just a lot, but it was a lot that they cut out of this scene. Even with going into the makeup scene, which I'm sure you going to ask me about that?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of lead you into that question, but going into that makeup scene, that chair situation went on for so long that the girls was getting irritated with me because I'm helping, not physically, but I'm like, try turning it this way. Lift up this way. Oh, don't scrape it up against the ground. Be careful. Like, I'm doing a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
While Jamie's in the salon, the other girls in the salon, I'm the only one outside, like, trying to make sure her shit don't get damaged, right?
Yeah.
So A-Love made a comment like, she's gonna cuss her ass out. I wish she just leave him alone, which was unaired, right?
Yeah.
Something to the effect of that. I don't remember exact words, but it was something along the effect of that. And so I heard her, but I kept going. But then one of the other girls said something else, and I was like, well, look, in my family, like, the women don't just sit back and fiddle their thumb. Like, if I call my brother over to my house to do something for me, he's going to expect me to guide him, direct him, help him in any capacity I can.
Yeah.
She was like, well, that ain't what we do. We let men be men around here. And I was like, okay. And that's when I called myself trying to distract myself, because I know I could be real adamant about some shit. Like, I could keep trying till I got sweat on my forehead and tears running down my eyes to get something done. And I could be real anal about it. So to defer myself, I look over at Taj and it's like, hey, Taj, can you do my makeup today? And the rest is history. It was a shit show.
Yeah. So, what would you say is the relationship like with the women? Because I know you said you and Jamie known each other for a while. Did you meet a lot of them during that taping, or did you have a relationship with any of them beforehand?
So what happened was the bougies, Taj and BB, the two light skinned girls.
Yeah.
They were replacements for two white girls we had. So remember I told you we taped the pilot with Lifetime. They didn't want it, so we had to tape. So the first pilot, when me and Ayla met, kicked it, I had nothing. Like, everybody's common denominator is Jamie. But I had not met her and asked her until we taped that first pilot. We kicked it for 2 days, and then we came together one more time, like, for Halloween, like 4 months later. And then, like, some more months later, we all came together to tape the next pilot, and that's when we met Taj and BB.
Okay.
Taj and BB didn't know each other prior. We all literally met each other together. And yeah, that's kind of how that happened. Jamie picked all of these girls, including me, from Instagram relationships.
Okay.
Like, saw they work, chit-chatted a couple times here and there for a couple years. And when it was time to pick some girls, these was the girls she picked for her TV show. This was Jamie's TV show. He is Jamie's TV show. And that's how we met.
Makes sense. Best Chris, anything I want to add? We got about a couple minutes left, or 5 minutes left.
So going forward, what can we hear from you musically? 'Cause I know we talk a lot about reality TV, but we know like the reality TV is more to push your music.
Wait, what's the end of that question?
So when we gonna hear some more new music?
I actually am working on putting out another EP right now. We was gonna do a single. I was trying to get it done while the season was going, but me and my brother fight and argue so much. It's ridiculous. But it is ridiculous. I got so much music that's just stacked up, and I'm just about to start putting shit out on TikTok for sound, and try to see if I can get some shit to go viral at this point. But we definitely working on putting out another EP. I put out an EP last year with my licensing company, Marmostet, which got some songs on it that have been featured in Fast and Furious 9. A lot of the GM new cars that come out with GM syncs up to a lot of my music. We have a contract with them. Nissan, a lot of car dealerships for some reason picked this same song and like it. But is making money, so that's kind of what we're doing. I'm always putting out music. Well, I'm gonna say I'm always recording music, but as far as putting it out, I've been lately putting it out through my sync company, and letting them push it because that's where the money is. Like, royalties never die.
Absolutely. Do you, by chance, do any consultation for artists, like business wise and stuff, because you know so much about licensing and syncing and everything like that?
I actually just left 9 days in Hawaii, and I did the Hawaiian Songwriting Festival, and my brother has been doing that for 9 years. He is one of the panelists who kind of does everything. But anyway, I had an opportunity then to do what you're speaking of, and that's actually talk to people about licensing and syncing and how to get your music synced up. I don't do any personal consultations. I haven't, I should say. Could be something I can get into later, but my mentor, her name is, y'all should look her up. Her name is Tiana Von Johnson. She helps people become millionaires. She is a branding and marketing specialist, and she does these conferences, which one is coming up in Arizona in December called Women Doing It Big. And she uses my song Important in her curriculum for her millionaire mastery classes. And so she'll basically show my music video, show the Southwest Airlines commercial and how we did that licensing deal. And then I'll like bust through a door performing Important. And then she has me speak basically, like you said, on what it takes, what you got to do, how licensing works, and also just maintaining yourself as an artist and entrepreneur, even though things are not going well. Because one thing that changed for me is like when everybody's putting their music up on iTunes and all of that, we was actually getting like all of that money. But when everything switched over to streams, artists, songwriters, producers have to learn how to make money through music, because unless you Drake or somebody making 100,000 on the $500,000 on the show, you're not really making no money in music unless you are doing licensing deals and sync deals like I am. So, best thing that ever happened to me was jumping into that world. And a lot of people don't know that's what Lizzo did. Like, Lizzo had been sitting on that label she was on for 4.5 years before she even got a chance. And what happened was her song synced up with that movie, and it did so good with platinum and all of that the label was like, let's do a music video, and then the world fell in love with Lizzo. And that's how it happened. Like, to be honest, like I went to every single label, and every single label told me no. Like, I had so many TV deals. I had a TV deal with WeTV on the same network with the same executive producer. So when they seen me, I was with Jamie. They were so happy because our show didn't work out like they showed me. But I stayed forward, man, and I think the best thing that ever happened to me was like my music career would probably not even exist if I didn't jump into syncs in life.
Absolutely, that makes sense. But we were about out of time. Best Christine, any last things I want to say to this 007 before we get up out of here?
Nah, it was nice. I ain't gonna lie. I respect your hustle. I respect how you do writing everything, whether it's music, fashion, TV show. Like, you popping out the club.
Go to the back.
That's the hustle right there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. Like, hold on just a second, but I definitely appreciate all the support. I appreciate the love. I can't really tell y'all too much, but we will do this again. I'm gonna say that.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to figure out how to say this without saying it. I'm gonna just say, Size Salon ain't done.
Absolutely.
We ain't done, so just stay tuned.
I'm coming to get my hair done one of these days. I was going to cut my locks off, but I'm like, I'm going to see what's going on. They do locks over there, get a nice little retwist.
Yeah, A-Love will get you together. She got you.
Say less. Appreciate you coming on the show and spending some of your time with us on this Sunday afternoon.
Absolutely.
It's 007. Let the people know where they can find you at, because I know you got your Instagram that's popping, and it got links to all of your other endeavors as well.
Yeah, well, you already know. It's your girl, Mz.007, Princess of Hip Hop at People's Champ. Y'all can Google I'm Important. My face will pop up. That's the easiest way to find me. But if you really want to get into and tap in, it's Mz.007 Music on all platforms. If you're looking for me on YouTube, Mz.007 STL.
Absolutely. And this is the controversial Best in Swoop Show, and I'm here with the boisterous and immature, and today actually the referee of the show, Best, the beautiful, controversial, and mother today, Christine. Okay, somebody else wanted to be on the show.
That's fine.
And also, you know, this is your boy Vis Swoops. I'm here, top security of the world. Craig, you heard? Security part of the show today, man. And we about to get up out of here. Mike, thank you for doing what you do. And follow us at, what is it, Controversial Best in Swoop Show? Controversial Best Swoop Show on Instagram? I always mix it up, Best.
Yeah, the Controversial Best in Swoop Show.
Say less. You know where to find us at on Room Service Radio every Sunday at 12:30 p.m. We out here.